I think it's around 10 o'clock, 10:30 on Saturday. I'm in my long run. I just finished 21 kilometers, which is a half marathon. I'm about, I don't know, a few miles from home yet. Still got some running to do, but thought I'd give you a nice shot of the Blanchard Park Trail out here in wonderful Florida, and did that half marathon in about 2:18. So that's with a run walk, 400 meter run, 100 meter walk. So not too bad for a run walk. That's my strategy going forward. My calf is great, so not feeling any pain on it, and feeling pretty good. So see you at the end. Just finished 10K. So I've dialed into my pace, and I'm going to run on my marathon in a month. I got another long run next week, and that's the longest run, 24 miles. Then I'm going to start tapering back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run 0.93 kilometers at 4 minutes and 45 seconds per kilometer, and then I'm going to walk 70 meters at 9 minutes per kilometer, 9 minute per kilometer pace. That gives me a nice little break in between the runs and intervals, and ends up with 42 intervals all the way. So that's it. Looking forward to this marathon in about a month. All right, that's my long run done on this marathon training. So my training is almost over. I got another pretty long run next week, not as long as today. Today was 36 kilometers. Marathon is 42, so I'm 6 shy of a marathon today. So what is that? That's like 3 miles. That's like 22 something miles today. Oh, and I'm whooped. I'm really whooped. So anyway, I've got my pace down. I figured out how I need to run this to get through my run, and that's it. I'm almost there. So I'm pretty stoked right now that this run is over. Just finished my 32K run. That's 20 miles. This is my second longest run. Last week was a longer one. So I'm in taper mode. Next week is 17 miles, and then I'm dropping to about 10 the week after, and then the week after that's the marathon. So I'm on the downslide now. So looks like training is almost over, and then we'll see how the marathon goes. I did marathon pace today for most of the way, and things look pretty good. So for 32K, marathon's 42K, so we'll see how that goes. So see ya. I'm just finishing up my long run on Saturday. I did about 21K today, so that's it. I'm done. Next week's a marathon, so 20 weeks of training done and gone, just like that. Can't say it was easy at the last 10 weeks, but it's been fun. So anyway, next week off to Washington State, going up to Snoqualmie Pass, run a marathon through a 2.5 mile tunnel to start with, and then downhill all the way to the end. So anyway, that's it. Catch you next time. This is my last run before we take off for Washington on Friday. Right now it's Wednesday, so I got 3 days of recovery. My Garmin watch says I'm peaking right now, which I don't like, because it only peaks for a couple of days and then it goes into this non-productive mode. So, but I think that's okay. So I'm just taking it easy, nice little walk break. This is our main road here that I run down sometimes. It's called McCulloch Road, and we have this beautiful 10-foot pathway here. You can see it, and you can see a guy coming on an electric scooter. We have a lot of those now. But yeah, I'm very involved in our community, and proud to say that I'm part of the reason this pathway is here, because I kept talking about how dangerous this road was to walk on, and this truck shouldn't be driving down. I guess he's just checking things out. Anyway, really happy to be part of our community here in Orlando on the east side, and part of the UCF community, and just trying something new with my recording. I'm gonna pause it and see if it holds. I'm on campus, UCF campus. This is what it looks like on campus. I'm blessed. I've got these beautiful sidewalks to run on. They're awesome. Everything around this campus is awesome. You don't see a lot of people here because I'm kind of on the outer circle, but in the inner circle, well, it's summertime too, so everybody's off. So they got a beautiful little lake over there with some exercise type thing. They even have kayaks for the students. Yeah, it's pretty awesome here. Okay, I'm on my run, and I always run past my little friend right here. Do you see her? She decided that this was the place to lay her eggs. She kind of loves me. We've become close friends, although she's not acting that way right now. Maybe if you look real close, you can see the eggs under her. But this is actually the second time she laid eggs right at this exact spot. I think it's because the eggs blend right in with the rocks and predators can't get to her. Her mate is around here someplace flying around, and I'm about to get dive bombed, I think, but I'll let her be. They'll hatch soon. Oh, there's her mate. See him out there in the field? He's right there. He's just keeping a close eye out, make sure that nobody's disturbing her. So yeah, that's the fun things I get when I'm on my runs. And this is UCF Stadium. Beautiful place. I love living here. It's just a really great place to live. But yeah, that was her second set of eggs that I've seen. She sits on them for a few weeks, and run here, and I see her all the time. And last time I was over there by that's a shot put setup over there, and I went walking my dogs past there, and I saw a little baby bird like that, and they were both with her and trying to dive bomb me, keep me away from the little guy. I hope he survived. So anyway, that's the kind of fun stuff you see when you're out and about. Okay, Wednesday, just finished my last run before the marathon, and did some strides, did some easy running, did a little walking, just a lot of things in between. Hope you enjoyed my my little video of the bird. I'll attach that on to the end of this, so you can see what I run into along the way. I run around University of Central Florida. It's my go-to running path because everything is paved and it's sidewalks, and it's just a lot of good vibes over there. I love the stadium, and I love the people that walk around, and just the whole vibe of the university setting. It's just really good. So anyway, let's see. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, all rest days, no running at all. My Garmin watch is going to call me the most despicable slob out there. Just lazy, no good. But it doesn't know it does know I got a marathon coming up. I put it in. So anyway, it doesn't care. It's just a shaming watch. I'll give you that. But then when I get back, I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to do next, but it all depends on if I get through this marathon with my goals set, and we'll see. Come Monday, I'll have a new video of where I am and how it went and all that stuff. So stay tuned. Thought I'd take a video of everything I'm taking to run this marathon on Sunday. All of this stuff. Shoes, shorts, shirt, gloves, everything. I'll go through them one by one. Not the dog. She gets to stay here. But anyway, these are my Adidas Pro 4s. They've got a carbon fiber plate in them. Or actually, it's not a plate. It's rods. You can see them there at the bottom. They're race shoes. So those are them. They're very, very lightweight shoes. Then I got some Adidas socks. And my Sprite hat, little lightning bolt on the front of it.
or sprints hat. My sprints hat. This is a little beanie that I'm taking just in case it's a little cooler. I can put it on my head when we start. It's not supposed to be too cool because it's about 50-55, which is just good for regular running, but at the end it's supposed to be 80. I've got, these are my running shorts that I use. You can see that they've got a kind of a layer on the bottom that to stop the chafing right here in the inner thigh. So those are the shorts I wear. Then I've got some gloves for the cool weather, and these are arm sleeves, and you can take those off after it gets a little warmer, which I expect it will. And then I've just got a regular singlet Adidas shirt that I'm wearing. This is my Camelback, and it's got a bladder in here that holds 2 liters of, I'm putting electrolyte in there, so I'll be carrying that on the way. This is a little pouch that I put on the front of my Camelback, and what I put in there are these goo chews, energy chews. They look like little gummy bears. So there's about 10 calories of, or 10 grams of carbs in each one of these, or a few of them anyway. So that's that. These are salt tablets, electrolyte salt tablets that I'll use along the way. And then these are my gels. I use Maurten gels. These are 100 calories each. They get about 20 grams of carbs in each one, something like that. And I'll take one of those every 5K. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And then this one's at 29, 34, and 38. And then to 42. So 8 gels. I carry those in this waist pack. It's a Fit Belt waist pack, so that'll go on there. These are the lights I'm going to use to go in the tunnel. They're really cheap. I don't run at night, so I don't need anything just crazy brilliant, but I've got 2 of them I'm going to carry. Maybe drop those off at the bag station outside of the tunnel after I get through it. This is a little folding cup if I need to stop at a water station and fill up a cup. And then here's some icy hot to go after the race, I guess. And this stuff here is Body Glide. That goes, you spread that on your inner thighs and anywhere that it could chafe. And these Band-Aids here are little tiny round Band-Aids. Hate to say it, but put those on your nipples so you don't get chafing on your nipples when you're running that far. So that's it. That is my gear for the race, and wish me luck. We're at the Orlando airport, ready to take off for Seattle, getting ready to go through the TSA boarding. Onward to Seattle. It's Friday. Just made it through the TSA. There it is. In line now. Baggage claim. Well, we made it over to the other side of the concourse. If you ever been to Orlando, these are the trolleys that bring you over. They're like kind of like a tram or something, I guess you'd call it. So next stop, the gate. Oh boy, getting ready to board Southwest.
Once we're done with our pre-boarding tasks,
got to line up in a line, and I did not pre-board. I was we're C34 and 35, which is at the very end. So this is a full flight, so we are kind of screwed. We are on the plane, and it is full. We're heading to the back, see if we can find 2 together. Not gonna happen. We're trying. Oh, there's 2 way at the back. Ooh, that's a rough place to sit. Well, we lucked out. I'm in an aisle seat. Wanda's in an aisle seat. Well, we made it to Denver. This is the Denver airport. Our gate is right back here a little ways, C43. Off to Seattle in a couple hours. We are boarding the airplane in Denver. Our seat is way at the back if we can even find anything. We lucked out again. I'm in an aisle seat and Wanda's in an aisle seat. All quiet in the airplane. Starting already. This is what the Seattle airport looks like. Looks a little bit outdated here. Well, we got our bags. Now we're heading to the rental car place. Uh-oh. Next bus any minute. Alright, so we have to wait for the next bus and get on this one for the rental car. We made it to our hotel room. Got my gear all laid out over here. And it is Saturday morning, one day, and then a wake up and off we go. We are in Snoqualmie Pass. Look at these mountains. I am in heaven here in the mountains. I just love the mountains. It looks like this is a ski resort. You can see the ski lifts over there on the mountainside. It's just beautiful here. Unbelievable. And it feels pretty cool. So this is 9 o'clock right now, so marathon tomorrow morning. I'll be halfway through and this doesn't feel too bad. Going in to pick up my race packet for the race tomorrow. This is the high school. These are all the people that are going to be running with us. It's not a very big event, not huge like the OUC half marathon or something. Probably about 500 people, something like that. I almost forgot I had to pick up my bib. I'm at the high school right now, and so I'll be picking it up in just a second. Okay. Doing a little recon. It's Saturday, and that's where I'll be running, down that road right there. This is the parking lot at the start of the light at the end of the tunnel marathon. Everybody lines up right here, and we'll be heading out that direction. I was a little worried about this pathway. This is the gravel that we'll be running on, so it's kind of uneven. There's a lot of ruts in it and whatever, so I don't usually run on trails like this, so this is going to be interesting, that's for sure. Getting closer to the tunnel. Got a little, this is Iron Horse State Park, light at the end of the tunnel. There's ski resorts all over this place, everywhere. Then you got people that are running right now down the trail. It's a really popular trail, it seems. This is my first look at the tunnel. We're just here to scope it out for the very first time, so this is my first view of it coming around that corner back there. So here it is. It is big and it is dark in there. I mean, you can't see anything. I'm gonna walk just a little bit in, and the cold air coming out of this tunnel is amazing. It's just, we went from about, I don't know, down 30 degrees maybe. It's probably 50 in here right now. So this is, and oh my gosh, I see lights way up ahead there, but I don't know if that's people or, I think it must be people, but we got, this is crazy. Oh yeah, maybe that's the end of the tunnel, I don't know. But it's the ground is really, it's got a big hill kind of in it, so best running is probably right in the dead center of this thing. I think that light that I see way off in the distance, I think that's the end of the tunnel, 2.5 miles out. I think that's what that is. So you can't really see it because all these other bikes are in the way, but I don't know. Anyway, I've gone far enough. This is quite a trip. I'm gonna turn around and go back. Okay, have a good one. I'm coming back out of the tunnel here. Look at that, it's like a huge light right there. So what a trip. This is an incredible picture. I'm gonna have to stop and take a picture of this. Here's a selfie of me walking out of the tunnel. How crazy is this? Anyway, there we go. Glimpse of the tunnel before tomorrow. Washington State Parks. Coming out into the sunlight. All right, got a few shots of the entrance coming out, so that's the highlight of the run. So the rest of it is all in the mountains. Well, it's all a highlight to me, but anyway, there we go. Before I go into the actual race day, I wanted to show you my marathon plan and what I actually went through. So here it is. It goes about 20 weeks to the tunnel marathon here, and I started back in January recording this, but I didn't really start training until February. And you can see I ran a couple of races in between here, and I'm not going to go through this whole thing, but you can see that at the highest mileage I did was this week here. I did 44 miles, or about 72 kilometers, and then I started to taper back, and I pretty much stuck to this plan. I didn't deviate much at all, so this plan worked for me. It got me to my goal, my BQ goal, so that was important, and that's what it was geared to do. So there you go. 5 a.m. on the 8th. Just woke up. Race starts at 7:10. It's my slot for when I go out, so gonna get ready, and it's game day. It's 5:20 in the morning, and this is the view out of my window. That we're at the back of the hotel, and this is what I see out the back of the hotel. And I was wondering, what are all these equipment for? These look like they're trash, but this is all snow plow equipment. This is for the snow ski slopes and the roads and whatever. They must get a lot of snow up here. And there's but it's light out. It's 5:20. I got up at 5 o'clock and it was light out already. Can you believe this? And at night it doesn't get dark till about 10 o'clock at night. So we're up north. You think this only happens in Alaska, but this is Washington near Seattle right now. So that kind of was a surprise to me. So it's about 5:20 in the morning on race day, and I'm just sitting in this chair. I'm dressed, waiting to go to the start line, but thought I'd do a little update on some things. I thought I'd put this video together to kind of document this race. I watched a lot of videos, but I didn't get a complete picture. So we left for Orlando and flew to Denver, and then from Denver to Seattle, and then it's an hour drive from Seattle to where we're staying, and we're staying at the Summit Inn in Snoqualmie Pass, which is it's a fairly nice hotel, and it's not that expensive. I think we booked it about 4 or 5 months ago, and it was about $125 a night or something like that. So it's not that bad, and it's only 3 miles from the start line, so that's why we picked it. Now, I think a lot of people are staying at this hotel because I saw a lot of people coming in last night, but I also think a lot of people might stay at North Bend and then drive up here for the start and then run down to North Bend where the race ends, and then that's where they're staying. So we're gonna end up having to drive back here tonight because we're staying another night just to recoup, and then tomorrow we're heading off to Mount Rainier, which is not far from here because we made a little mini vacation, and then we're staying overnight in Seattle, about 3 miles from our hotel, and then drop the car off and heading home on Tuesday morning. So it's a long flight. I mean, we were beat when we got here, and yesterday I zonked out at 6 o'clock, but it was 9 o'clock back home, so I'm trying to stay on Orlando time, not Seattle time, because I want to acclimate right away when we get back. So anyway, I'm going to kind of go along and tell you everything I'm doing as I'm going through this, so you have a really good understanding if you decide to run this race. I was a little shocked yesterday when we went to the race trail. I knew it was a trail, I knew it was gravel, but I didn't think it was as potholy and large rocks as I saw. And I'm running this race in my Adidas road race shoes, and I've been training mostly on the road, so this is going to be a little different running on this trail. I have run a little bit on the gravel, some in places, and these shoes do just fine, but I'm wondering if maybe trail shoes would be better. I'll let you know after the race today. Another thing I wanted to say is it's June right now, and it looks like this place here, this Snoqualmie Pass, is a ski resort area, and you can see ski slopes all over the place up here, and there's lots of plows sitting around, and obviously now there's no snow on the ground, and it's actually pretty comfortable weather, and so I don't think it's hard finding a hotel room now in June here. I think maybe if you were to come in the snow season when people are skiing, it might be a lot harder, but during the summertime, this is probably one of the main events. So I would, right now I'm not unhappy with our choice of staying up here on this at the pass. We'll find out after I finish the race and we have to drive back, but I like the mountains. It's beautiful up here. You'll love it up here. And so yeah, so it's not a bad place to stay. There's nothing around here though. There's a few restaurants, there's no grocery stores, it's a really little tiny place up here, so if you come and stay in Snoqualmie Falls, you can't go out to a grocery store someplace, because maybe a couple of gas stations around, but not much other. Then you have to go to North Bend, which looks like the biggest town around here. It's about 26.2 miles away, and that's a little joke, but anyway, it's about 26.2 miles away, and it's not the biggest town around at all. The grocery store is called QFC, never heard of it, but it's a pretty nice grocery store. There's a lot of fast food restaurants, a lot of other places around. It's a regular nice little town, but I wouldn't call it huge or anything like that. There was, in my gear video, I neglected to show a couple other pieces of gear that I need to use, or I'm taking with me anyway. So I've got these bone conduction headphones. They're really awesome. They go over your ear and they conduct sounds through them. So I'm going to be listening to music the whole 4 hours. These are my Samsung earbuds, so I'm going to actually wear the earbuds and the bone conduction headphones at the same time, and I'm going to start with these. Actually, I'm going to start with the bone conduction through the tunnel, and then I'm going to turn those off and go with the Samsung earbuds. And then this is the free light that I picked up yesterday at the race bib pickup, and I'm going to drop this off in the box when we exit the tunnel, and so that the next guy can use it if they want. And then the most important piece of equipment is this thing here, my Garmin watch. This is the soul, life and blood of my whole running, so I'll be using that to track my heart rate, my pace, my power, everything as I go through this race. So necessities as far as I'm concerned. I'm getting ready to drink this this drink here that I've mixed up. Believe it or not, this is a Maurten 160, which is full of carbohydrates. I'm going to drink this now, which is about an hour before the race, and believe it or not, it's got a Red Bull mixed in with it. So I got Red Bull and Maurten. So the Red Bull is going to give me a little caffeine kick at the beginning, and plus some carbohydrates. It's not a 0-calorie Red Bull. It's a 100-calorie Red Bull, and then it's this Maurten drink, which is a energy drink that runners use. So that goes along with my gels that I use. So that's my top secret energy drink before this race. Maurten energy drink it doesn't mix like other drinks do. It doesn't just like dissolve and you shake it up and it dissolves. It's got these like gooey pellet kind of things in it once it starts to dissolve. So I don't know, I think the Red Bull kind of mixed in with it, and usually there's this like white sediment on the bottom of the bottle after you mix it, and every time you drink it you got to shake it up so that you get that stuff. I guess that must be the carbohydrates that you're consuming to give you the energy, but for some reason I think the Red Bull mixed in with it really well. I mean, I did it when I first poured it together, it had the white gooey stuff on the bottom, but I kept shaking it up, and now it's completely dissolved. So this is actually, if this works, it's actually a pretty good idea. So they say not to try anything new on race day, and I'm kind of not, but I kind of am, because the Red Bull I always drink a Red Bull before a race, even if it's a 5K, and on my long training runs I always drink a Maurten, a 160. So, but I've never mixed them together like this, so we'll see what effect that has on my stomach. I think it'll be okay, but we'll see. Leaving Summit Inn, heading for the race. This is our view this morning. Here we are, parking lot of the light at the end of the tunnel race. All the people are here. This parking lot is full. Lots of people here. I didn't think I expected this much, but my gosh, this is like a lot of people. So it's gonna be quite interesting today. This is the bib pickup, early pickup. I got mine yesterday, so don't need to do that. Walk over to the trailhead here pretty soon. More people. And here's the porta potties over here. I don't have to go quite yet, but it's my ritual. I'm gonna hang out over here. It's a little chilly today, but the sun hasn't come up yet. It's gonna come up over those mountains over there, so got a little bit of time. I'm standing on the trail, but I don't see where the start of this thing is. Huh, where's the start line? Guess I'll walk down here a little bit and see. But anyway, this is what the surface looks like. Got all these little rocks here like this. And I don't know, it's gonna be interesting running on this. This is the porta potty line. Let's stretch it out now. We got a bunch of people here. This is more than I actually expected there would be here. The start line, I found it. It's way down there. There's the porta potty line, but it seems a lot of people forgot that we're right next to woods, like that person right there. I keep seeing people coming in and out of the woods. I guess we know what they're doing. There's the race start down there. This is quite the scene here. I didn't expect all these people. There's probably I don't know, 1,000 people here maybe? I don't know, something like that. Anyway, it's and they keep coming. The cars keep coming in here. So gonna head down to the race start. It's about 19 minutes to when my wave starts, so I'm gonna head down there and maybe use one of these trees as my next porta potty stop. Well, I'm down by the woods. These are interesting trees too. You don't see these in Florida. There's a start up there. So I'm gonna cut into the woods anywhere around here, just take my last relief before this race starts. Darn, I just went in those woods and I'm brushing up against brush and things, and then some coming out of there, somebody says, watch out for the poison ivy. That's all I need is poison ivy today. Oh my God. Anyway, here's the start. Looks like the first wave is gonna be going pretty soon, so they're lining up. I'm in the second wave. First wave is all the faster runners. I'm in the second wave where they've got the pacers, which is what I'm looking for. I'm gonna try to hook up with the 4:10 pace, stay with them, and then see how that goes. Well, there goes the first wave.
Bill.
Stay hydrated.
So I was sick.
That was the first wave that just went, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's in the second wave. Yeah.
I'm waiting in line with 4 minutes away. Got my headlamp on for the tunnel. A bunch of people waiting here. Got the start, wave 2, all ready to start. We're off. Here we go. Let's go. Here we go. Good luck, bud. Thank you. Moving up to the start. As soon as we cross that line, time starts. All right. Here we go. Whoop. All right, I'm going to turn this off. Watch where I'm running so I don't fall down. Going into the tunnel. Here's the tunnel. I'm about to turn my headlamp on. Not sure I need it with all these people running. Gotta try to stick to the middle of the tunnel. All right. Here we are. Wow. Okay. Put the phone away. Still in the tunnel. If you look way ahead, you can see the white light. That's the end of the tunnel. Still got probably a mile to go. It's crowded. The light's getting bigger at the end. Getting closer. Still probably another K to go. And just like that, we're coming out of the tunnel. That's what it looks like. So that's about 2.5 miles in. I'm at 4K right now. Although I'm not sure my watch is right because they say this tunnel throws it off. But now I'll ditch the headlamp in wherever it needs to go. Oh, there's the bins. There's an aid station. There's where the headlamps go.
Any bucket, just put it in any bucket.
They're in there. I'm sticking with the 405 pacer. I'm not sure if that's a good idea or not because I want to run 410, but we'll see if this is a bad idea around 30K. Just came out of the tunnel a little while ago. We're on the downhill slope now. This doesn't feel bad. I thought it might be a little bit steeper, but it's not. And things are thinning out a bit too, so. And my heart rate's on 120 right now. Power's about 280, so pretty much in good shape right now. We just passed 4 miles, 22 to go.
feeling good. This is what it looks like in here. As long as it stays shady like this. My heart rate's around 133 right now. I saw it down to like 120, but I dropped one of my gels and had to stop and pick it up, so probably spiked my heart a little bit. But so far so good. There's my 405 pacer in front of me. We'll see how long I can keep with him. Just hit halfway mark. 13.1K. 2 hours. Heart rate is 138. So on target for 4 hours if I keep this pace. But so I'm wondering if it's a little fast. Might have to slow down a little bit. Still hanging on with my 405 pacer, so I'm doing well. And this is what the trail looks like. Blew it pretty much all the way. Nice surface. Downhill. Hardly feel the downhill. It's real subtle, but really helps too. So half a marathon to go. This is the bridge that I've seen on the videos. Going through. It's beautiful here. Unbelievable. And I'm with my pacer. He's a 405er, so we're at about 22 kilometers. About 20 kilometers left. Feeling good. Legs hurt a little bit, but I'm okay. I'm at 30 kilometers and took a little walk break there. 2:53 so far, so I got 12 more K to go. And if I keep at this pace, I'm gonna try to speed up at the last 10K, try to come in under 4. I've got a chance of that. My legs are hurting, but I'm on kind of auto robot pilot right now, so I'm just gonna give it all I got. Heart rate's a little high, 147. That's getting to the edge there. I need to keep it under 150 if I'm gonna finish this strong. So I may have to. I'm taking a walk break every kilometer now for 35 steps, and then yeah. So see you at the end, I guess. Okay, I'm at 33 kilometers, 9K to go. I'm taking a walk break every kilometer now for 35 steps. Try to get my heart rate down a little bit. It's approaching 150 right now, which is danger zone for speed, but I've only got 9K left, so last 5K I'm gonna start to up the cadence, and don't care where my heart rate goes. Just want to try to get some minutes back, maybe a couple of minutes, see if I can still go under 4 hours. So anyway, onward and go up or 9 more K, no time left. 4K to go on a little walk break. Trying to hang in there for the last 4K, just thinking of it as a quick 5K, and I'm done. Less than 5K, so here we go, about to run. Well, it's done. Can't believe it. When I crossed the line, the timer said 4:18, but I think that was for the first group, which was 10 minutes ahead. So I think I came in like 4:08, 4:07, somewhere on that, which is good enough for Boston. So I think I might have made Boston. So we'll see. Got to see if I can find some timing station somewhere. But yeah, it's over. All done. 42 kilometers. Well, time to leave. Right at the end of the tunnel, marathon is done. This is what the end looks like. Ain't gonna lie, the last 2 kilometers was tough, no doubt about it. All right, back to the shuttle, back to our hotel room. I'm standing outside the Summit Inn here, and you can see it back behind me.
And I thought I would just tell you about this place. This is the day after. Yesterday was the race, the light at the end of the tunnel marathon, and we stayed up here at this inn, which is about 3 miles from the start line, so you have to get a ride down there or drive down there. My wife is here, so she drove me to the start, dropped me off, and then so you can stay up here, and then this is the start, but the end is in North Bend, which is at the end of the marathon. So you could stay in North Bend, which is a little bit of bigger town. There's nothing up here. I mean, this is pretty much what you see is the whole Summit Inn. So the Summit Inn, and then there's these ski resorts, but of course they're not open because there's no snow. So anyway, so if you stay in North Bend, that's a little bigger town, but don't expect a whole lot. I did see there's about 2 grocery stores and quite a few fast food restaurants, McDonald's, Burger King, Taco Bell, all that. So all that's there. There's a nice Mexican restaurant we ate in yesterday. So but if you stay in North Bend, then someone's got to drive you to the start here to start the race, and then you run down to North Bend, and then you're at the end. So the other thing about the end is you can't park at the finish line. You have to park in a middle school that's about a mile away from the start, and then they have shuttle buses that take you over to the finish line. And then at the end of the race, if you don't have anyone to pick you up there, they have shuttle buses that drive you all the way back up here to the finish line to pick up your gear or whatever. My wife was there, so we just took the shuttle over to the middle school and went off from there. So yeah, so that's pretty much the lay of the land. I preferred staying up here, and the other thing is we got here a day early, so there wasn't hardly anybody here. You can see the parking lot behind me. There's no cars in the parking lot. This is the day after, but the night before, that hotel filled up pretty good. I wouldn't say it was full, but there was a lot of cars in the parking lot, and they all came for the race. They did the race, and then they took off for wherever they went to. So yeah, well, here we are back on the plane heading for Denver. We're taxiing right now, so heading home. Well, our little adventure has come to an end. We are down in the baggage claim back in Orlando waiting for a ride. So this is it. This is the last the last video I'm taking of this trip. Well, maybe one more to just do a recap. This is the last of my light of the end of the tunnel marathon video, and just wanted to recap. I've just finished an easy run. It's Wednesday, 3 days after the marathon. I did 10K today, and so that saga's over. I'm back in my groove, back doing what I do here in wonderful, glorious, hot, humid, moist, sweating, did I say hot and humid? Florida. So, and loving every minute of it. I realize that going up to the mountains is wonderful. I love them. But once you're up there and you leave and get back into this paradise of Florida, this is where I belong. So anyway, now it's on to the next goal, and I've got a 5K in 3 weeks. So my whole training is changing now. I got 3 weeks before a 5K, so I've got to get my speed up. So I'm going to be doing a lot of speed sessions for the next 3 weeks before that 5K. It's July 4th. They call it the watermelon 5K. I don't know why they call it the watermelon 5K. I guess they're going to have watermelon there, but it's on July 4th, which is a Friday, 7:30 a.m. here in Orlando at down Winter Park. So if you're there and you see me, just give me a shout out and say hi, and you know, I'll see you at the next one.